Hey everyone, welcome back to Miss Kalibo's virtual art class. I hope you all have been well. Today we're going to be working on something fun that's called a crayon transfer drawing. Alright, what does that mean? So of course, that means we'll be using crayons. So you'll be able to use whatever colors you want. So we'll kind of talk a little bit about the crayons in a few minutes. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of go over the directions really quickly. And then I'll explain a little bit more about it. So a crayon transfer is going to require you to use 4 or 5 crayons. So you'll choose 4 or 5 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you choose whatever colors you like. And you'll be creating some rainbow stripes. And what I mean is you'll be creating a design that looks kind of like this. Of course, using your colors. And then from there, we'll be taking that paper, flipping it over, drawing a really cool design. We'll end up using a pen to draw a design. And when you're able to flip it back over, you're going to end up coming out with something that looks kind of like this, our little rainbow fish. And I'll explain a little bit more about that here shortly. So, go back to the directions. I'm going to show you guys that one more time. So you'll have 4 to 5 crayons to make a pattern, rainbow stripes, and you're going to press hard. Once your paper is covered, you're going to flip that crayon paper face down on a piece of blank paper and brush up any wax bits. I'll explain that here shortly. Number 3, you'll use a pencil or a ballpoint pen and draw on the back of the paper, pressing it hard, and then you lift that paper off to reveal the transfer. So I'll explain a little bit more about this now. Alright, so this is the exciting part, okay? So the first thing, guys, you're going to have a blank sheet of paper. Let me grab that sheet of paper really quickly. You have your blank sheet of paper. You know, of course, the first thing you always do is what? Write your name. Alright, Missy. Write my name on the back, okay? So, and I'm going to take my crayons, I'm going to flip it back over to the front, and I'm going to draw my rainbow pattern. Alright, so I ended up using yellow, red, well, it's more like a red-orange, light green, red, and blue. And you choose whichever colors you need. And we're going to do a design. You can do any design you want to, but I figured rainbows are probably the best way to do it. But you can kind of play around with it. I'm going to do thin stripes. So I'm going to go in, draw a little line, and I'm going to press really hard. And I'm going to color it nice and dark. Trying to go one direction back and forth, fill it in all the way, nice and dark. You don't want any white showing. So try not to press so hard where you break the paper. You want it to make nice and dark. Alright, so I'm going to do my second color. Go ahead and draw my line. Fill it in. So I ended up realizing that line was a little too big, so I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. So I'm going to finish this line here, make that a little smaller, and I'm going to take yellow to go in between. And like I said, be careful because you can tear the paper. I just did a little bit. So just be a little careful as you're coloring. You're going to notice these colors kind of, they do start mixing a little bit, and that's okay. Alright, have my yellow. Alright, I'm going to use green next. So I'm going to go and draw my line. Color it in completely. Nice and dark, all the way up to the top. Alright, it's 4 colors, and I got one more. Red. Draw that line. Color it in nice and dark. So once you've gotten your 4 or 5 colors completely colored in, that's when you're going to start your pattern back over. So pattern means that you're going to repeat a color. So if I've gone through and done all of my colors, what color do you think I'm going to go back and repeat? I'm going to go back to orange. I'm going to draw my outline. I'm going to keep coloring this in. Remember, be careful, especially along those edges. Make it nice and dark. And we're going to keep doing this and keep coloring, keep that pattern going. So my pattern's orange, yellow, blue, light green, red. And I'll keep that going. Orange, yellow, blue, green, red. So I'm going to keep that going, and I'm going to fill up the entire thing. Eventually, when you're done, I'm going to show you guys another example. This is a different color scheme, but you kind of see where you go from having your pattern and you continue going until it fills up the entire paper. And that is your final goal, is to have that entire paper filled in. So, first step, and then this is what it looks like when it's done. So, now the cool little thing when you're taking your design have a third one here. I did some brighter colors here. So that third design, the next design, I'm going to take it. I'm going to wipe off any kind of wax, because sometimes when the crayon, when you're building up that crayon, the crayon can kind of make little pieces coming off, so you don't want any of that to pop in. And I'm going to flip this drawing over. This is a cool thing. And then you're going to need to take another sheet of plain paper. So we're going to flip this crayon paper, lay it down on top of the new paper where it's blank. Lay it down nice and straight the best you can. Alright, and this is where we're going to go and have fun and just start doing some drawing. So we're doing coloring before, and now we're going to come up with a design. So with my final design, I decided to go for fish. You know, if you guys wanted to do birds, if you want to do hamsters, cats, whatever you really want to do, it's up to you and what design you want to create. But think about an animal or some kind of image that you really like to do. Draw that out, and you're going to kind of build up a little habitat or a little background and go with it. So if I want to continue with the fish, I'm going to go in and do my fish. So I'm going to grab a pen. You can use a pencil if you prefer. So you do pen or pencil. You can even grab a pencil to kind of show you. So if you want a pencil, pen or pencil, whatever you prefer, I'll do both. Alright, so I'm going to go and start doing my design. So I'm going to do my fish. Alright, when you draw, you want to make sure you're drawing nice and hard. So when you're drawing, you're kind of pushing back and forth. Of course, you don't want to tear the paper. You kind of build that drawing over this paper. So whatever you decide to do, and you may decide, well, I want some areas to be a little thicker. I'm going to take these lines and make them really dark here in the back. Start adding your details. So I'm working on the tail now of my fish. Some little scales, however you want to. Maybe you want to go in and do a little fin. Alright, I'm going to go and do my face. So I'm going to make this line nice and dark. Coloring the whole thing in. Alright, it needs an eye, so the fish can see. And a little smile. And if you want to go in and add some other little fins, details, you can even go in and do some little scales. So I'm just doing these little arches here for my scales. Looks kind of like little E's or M's when you look at it sideways. Kind of see, looks like a little M. Alright, so I have this design, and it goes across. Alright, I have one fish. Alright, so I want my fish to seem like it's breathing. So I'm going to draw some little bubbles, little circles going up in the air. Alright, so I want my fish to have a little friend. So maybe I want to draw a seahorse. And remember, you're drawing whatever you want to. It doesn't have to be... Well, it looks a little bit more like a snake. Or like a squid, maybe. It's not necessarily a seahorse. You know, you can come up with your designs, however you want to do it. Alright, so I have a little friend. He has some little bubbles. Maybe I want a little starfish on the ground. I want it to have a little face. Some details. And remember, you can go back in if you want to color some stuff in. Like, I'm going to completely color in my little details on my squid here. Maybe I want some seaweed. So some little wavy lines and some little dash lines. You can even have some of them to kind of overlap. Alright, so remember, I said you could use a pencil too. So if I had my pen, so now I'm going to go and do some little small fish with a pencil. So same thing. You just make sure you're drawing really, really dark. I'm going to do another little fish up here. Pressing really hard. I'm giving a little bit more texture on this one. And this is a small little fish here. Alright, remember, It's your design, however you want to do it. Just kind of have fun with it. And if you wanted to go back into an area, I'm going to do some little bubbles here. If you wanted to go back into an area, like maybe go back in and color in some spots, you can. So remember, it's your drawing. You decide how you want to do it. Fill up the space. You know, if you want more seaweed, you can do more seaweed. Maybe you want some little seashells. Alright, so I have my little design. Alright, so the fun thing, you guys probably were wondering why we were putting the drawing on top, behind it. So watch, when you go to lift this up, look, watch. It's fine. Sometimes it might stick, so be a little careful. Look, it's like magic. Show it a little closer. You see the little fish? You may notice if there's spots that didn't quite come out really dark, you can always go back in and retrace those lines. But you're going to see is now you have a little reflection or a little resistant design of our original design. How cool is that? So you can always go back in. I'm going to lay this back on top. I want to do some more details. Alright, so I'm going to go in really build up some more color. So I can even go, like, remember how I said that you can color some stuff? Like maybe you want to do some little shading. Completely color it in. And watch, when you completely color something in, and you lift it up, the color will even go through a little bit more, so you kind of see how it builds up a little more. So really just play around with it. You know, you build up whatever you want to. You know, you could fill in as many designs here as you want. Maybe I want to go in and do some little waves. Like maybe this is the top of the water. So go across and do top of the water like that. And I could even do some little ripples, little spirals. There's some space up here. Maybe I want to have a little sailboat. Alright, you can't really see it, but it's at the very top. I'm going to color that in. Alright, so I have my little design here, and I'll lift it up, see what I think, and you have your design. So you guys can have fun with it. Remember, you do whatever you want. You remember, you're kind of going through with your different things. You want to start with a blank sheet of paper. You're using your 4 or 5 colors to make your pattern. You repeat those colors until you fill up the whole paper. Wipe it off. Flip it upside down on top. You go ahead and draw your design, or you can kind of go in and, I just did all pin on this one. Really make it nice and dark. You lift it up and you have your cool design at the very end. So you guys have fun with it. I hope to see some of your projects when you're finished. You guys could feel free to upload them to Canvas if you like. Also, if you're using Google Classroom, you can even upload to Google Classroom as well. Well, you guys have fun with it, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.